Hello and welcome, this is BV98 and today this is Trans-Fersday and who do we have with us?
We have the one and only Bake Up.
So basically this is where we tell you about the latest transfers. You've probably seen last week's, and if you do and you like this, keep watching. So Jake, how about you kickstart us off?
Well, the biggest news what's been breaking since last night is the fact that Robin Van Persie will not be signing a new contract at Arsenal, which, as we told you last weekend, or last Monday, whenever it was, he wouldn't. So, again, we were supposed to tell you about that.
Yep, always first to the scene us. Can we adapt to any of that? Do we know any inside information?
Well, my source, as you know, I've got sources inside City, and what I've been told is that an official bid will go in for Van Persie next week, and the figures involved mean nothing to City, so we'll be going up for them. And also, as for any City fans who's constantly going on about they want Ibrahimovic, that may come true, because AC Milan still want Tevez, so make of that what you want. And also, for any United fans watching this, you're about to lose another player. But I've been told it could be Evra, seeing as though you're signing Leighton Baines.
Also, it could be Berbatov, as he said that basically he's been treated like shit.
Yeah. And on the subject of City, I think we might be saying goodbye to Tevez, Dzeko and Guidetti. So that means Ibrahimovic and Van Persie coming in, Tevez and Dzeko going out. Maybe.
Wouldn't be a bad thing.
Wouldn't, no. But, well, I suppose it'll be alright, won't it?
Yeah, I do really like Balotelli, so I hope we keep him, and also
yeah, I hope we keep
I think
him.
Aguero's here for life.
Yeah.
As you will have seen in the papers probably, Balotelli, well, basically, Pirlo's been telling Balotelli that he'd love him to go to Juventus, and Balotelli's basically told him that he'll spend his career at City and will never leave because the fans are just amazing, and he's worth 200 million.
Yeah, right, so let's move on to Aston Villa. No real transfer news there apart from Karim El Mahdi has come in from Feyenoord.
Yeah, Feyenoord seem to have quite a few youngsters that are very good.
They do.
As we told you last week that Chelsea had signed Eden Hazard, we couldn't tell you the price, but it is 32 million. So it's quite a big price to pay for such a good player.
Yeah. And Everton, they've signed, which I think is the best transfers of... No, I don't. What am I saying? Well, a very good transfer, nevertheless. Stephen Naismith from Rangers.
As you probably know, Rangers are going into administration. Are in administration.
And he's been available on a free since he rejected the contract to the Newco.
Yeah, because Rangers are only allowed to sign 18-year-olds now.
Yeah.
And also nobody would sign for them anyway with the current situation. And I've also heard, this doesn't really matter. So Jake, on to the next club.
We are on to Fulham now. So, no real transfer news there apart from Mladen Petric from Hamburg has come in on a free transfer.
And didn't you say that Pogrebniak?
Well, Pogrebniak was on loan to Fulham, but he has now joined Reading on a free transfer, which is a great transfer, I think.
Considering how well he played in the Premier League for the couple of games he was here.
Yeah.
Very happy with that if I was a Reading fan. Also, a big player that's gone is Danny Murphy.
He has, yes.
Who has gone to Blackburn. We'll get on to Blackburn in a bit, but
he should be player manager.
But Blackburn have been the busiest in the transfer market this year.
Yeah. Liverpool, not busy at all. No one's coming.
And no one's
apart from just youngsters and Dirk Kuyt.
Dirk Kuyt, I'd rate him, but he's not brilliant. On to Manchester City.
Which we have signed a 16-year-old, touted the next Vincent Kompany from Anderlecht. His name is Matthias Buzzards or Buzzards.
And the biggest out that's happened is, well, two really. Andrea Mancini, which is Roberto's son, released, which must have killed Mancini to do that.
Yeah.
And then a couple of us, Stuart Taylor released, Holsall released, and the biggest, Angel Roman to Barcelona for a free transfer. Very good youngster, but I don't think he could really compete with Denis Suarez.
But breaking news, Greg Cunningham has just gone to Bristol City.
Yeah, for how much?
Probably a region of 1 million in compensation, but that'll be about it.
I did quite like Greg Cunningham when he was at the club.
He was a good player. I remember in the Sven-Göran Eriksson era.
Yeah, but he wasn't as talented as some of the youngsters we got.
No. And we'll move on to the scum, Manchester United.
As we did say before, they are going to be losing one of the players. And the signings are Shinji Kagawa for 12 million. Very good price for such a good player, but, well. Nick Powell from Crewe for 4.4 million. He's actually a very good player. Youngster, as usual, because they can't afford anyone.
But they have signed a youngster, but they've also lost to. Last year they said he's the best player to come through United's academy, but next year they'll be saying he's rubbish. Paul Pogba has gone to Juventus.
Of course, he's rubbish now, he's rubbish.
Yeah. And shall we move on to Newcastle?
Yep, swiftly on, you can take this one.
No transfers in, but the transfer out what happened yesterday. Leon Best, who had that great start to the season, but since Demba Ba came in and Papa Cisse, he couldn't get into the team. He's gone to Blackburn for 3 million.
That's quite a good fee for him though, isn't it?
It is, they've done well to get that much.
Right, and now on to Norwich. Stephen Whittaker, he's free, unattached. That's pretty much it for them.
I think that's a very, very good transfer.
Yeah, especially...
He did well at Rangers, Stephen Whittaker.
Yeah. Do you want to take Queen's Park Rangers?
Well, apart from those who we told you last week, Fabio has gone on loan from Manchester United to them. And no outgoings really. So he looks like he's just bolstered up that defence Mark Hughes with Ryan Nelson and Fabio now.
I think he could have done with doing that really.
Yeah, he could have.
And the newly upped Reading, of course, got Pavel Pogrebniak, Guthrie from Newcastle for free, and Gareth McCleary from Nottingham Forest.
I think that Pavel Pogrebniak is a fantastic transfer. He did very well for Fulham, and he'll do great for Reading again. Yeah,
I can assure you he will. So who've we got next?
Southampton, and nothing to report there.
Nope. I can't really see him doing much this transfer season. I mean, we would want to go there if they've just been promoted. No top-class players are going to go. I
think they've made the major signing in James Rodriguez, and now just buying players who most football fans haven't heard of, from like the League One and Championship.
Yeah. And then we have Stoke and Jamie Nett from Rangers, another Rangers player. I think they've lost their whole team nearly.
Yeah.
And Ben Glasgow from Arsenal for free. And nothing to report except from the last week's released players.
Yeah.
Next up
is Sunderland, and they have signed Carlos Cuellar from Aston Villa on a free transfer, which is another good transfer.
Yeah, I've heard he's a very good player, Carlos Cuellar.
Yeah.
And then we have Swansea.
Nothing to report there.
Nothing to report here. It's having a couple of bad outgoings.
And Tottenham, two things to report here. New manager, AVB.
I'm not quite sure about Andre Villas-Boas.
But they've got a good player coming in, Gylfi Sigurdsson. But I was before him, and I signed him first on my Malaga save, which you'll see in a minute. So I could get a job here in a club league.
Also, I think the deal for Ye Vertonghen has fallen through.
Yeah, it looks like it has.
Yeah, it really does.
And on the outgoings, veteran Charluka to Lokomotiv Moscow for 5.5 million.
Quite a good fee because they pretty much made back the Gylfi Sigurdsson money.
Yeah.
West Brom, Ben Foster.
He was on loan there once last season, and it looks like they made that permanent.
Yeah, he's quite a good keeper, I think, Ben Foster. Yeah. Looks like the lad out of Emmerdale.
And on the outgoings, bit of a weird one, Keith Andrews only came in January. Looked like he was doing alright, but he's gone to Bolton for free.
Well, there might have been a breakdown between the manager and him.
Might have been.
West Ham, who do we have?
Well, apart from those who we told you last week, George McCartney from Sunderland for a free transfer.
Ah, very good player, George McCartney.
That's about it really on the outgoings as well.
That's about it overall, if we can not sign anyone.
No, but there has been some major European transfers.
Let Jake tell us about them, as I'm not really up to date with the European.
Well, Lucio has been released by Inter Milan and has consequently moved to Juventus on a free. Miguel Veloso, that FM10 must buy, has gone to Dynamo Kiev. The biggest transfer of the summer so far, Lavezzi has gone to PSG for 26 million euros. Amari has gone from Fiorentina to Parma. Jordi Alba has gone to Barcelona for 11.5 million, which is a very...
Jordi Alba is very good for 11.5 million.
He played very well. And the legend, Alan, has gone to Unidaisy.
Alan.
Do you remember him?
Alan, give us a wave. Alan, give us a wave.
Very good.
You don't know what I'm singing there, then you're not a safe fan.
No. Clarence Seedorf has gone to Botafogo for free.
Yeah, I think he's turned into a bit of a Ronaldinho.
Yeah. Although he is a very good player, Seedorf.
Then again, so is Ronaldinho.
Frederick Knute has gone to Beijing Guan.
Sounds like somewhere Jack and Sue's from.
Yeah. And I think that's all.
All I'm going to say is, if we can reach, shall I say, 20 likes on this video and 70 subscribers, I'll do a 25k giveaway again.
That's very good, so be sure to like the video.
Thank you a lot for watching. This has been Trans-Fersday, and signing out.
Goodbye.